Hey, it's Aaron from mobilereviews.ca, and here's a few things that we did to the Otterbox Preserver for the iPhone 5S. Headpiece speaker is incredibly muted. There's a 1, 2, and 3 on this little picture.
There was a small hole cut out here for the TouchID.
This is the Otterbox Preserver after it's been thrown into the snow. Parking lot, sheet of ice, and a snow pack. Real usage, real reviews. mobilereviews.ca. The Otterbox Preserver for the iPhone 5S. This case is actually a very good case. If you're looking for a case that doesn't diminish the quality of your iPhone screen, as well as provides day-to-day rugged protection up to 6.6 feet, and allows you to use a fancy new TouchID thing on the iPhone 5S, then the Otterbox Preserver is the case for you. This case, the Preserver, is one of the very few cases that we've actually seen that is fully ruggedized and allows you to use the TouchID sensor. We've got about 4 in our possession now. We've got this one, the Free, the Nude, as well as the Atlas ID. And so we're trying to figure out which one is the best, and this one is very, very promising. Now, the first case that we reviewed was the LifeProof Free, and we did that on purpose because Otterbox bought LifeProof back in March 2013, and we thought that, Otterbox might have taken the Free and just rebranded it as another Otterbox case, but they did not. The Preserver and the Free are completely different. With the Otterbox Preserver for the iPhone 5S, I have to say this case has a fatal flaw. We did a bad review for the Otterbox Armor, and the fanatical fan just came out of the woodwork. But again, I'm sorry, there's a fatal flaw with this case, and that is the sound coming from the earpiece speaker is extremely muted. Now, I don't think that is a design flaw. I think that's a manufacturing defect. And as you're watching this video, this case would have gone back to Otterbox, and a new one would have come to us. And so, if there's an annotation on this screen, do check that out because that will be the update video for that fatal flaw. Now, despite the fatal flaw, we gave this case a score of 4.1 A's out of 5. That's still really high, and if Otterbox fixes that fatal flaw, well, the score will only go up. Now, before we keep going, I just want to point out that in our entire review process, we group things around like the design, the protection, as well as the functionality of the case. Now, in the description section below, we've actually created a table of contents for you guys. So if you're more interested in the protection, just click on the link in the description, and it'll bring you to the part where we talk about the protection stuff for this Otterbox Preserver. There are also annotations for each section, so you can quickly get to the part that you want to. You don't have to watch this entire video if certain parts don't interest you. So with the design category, we take a look at the weight and the bulk, the ease of installation, as well as the build quality. Weight-wise, it's a very light case, doesn't add a lot of weight to your iPhone 5S. In terms of bulk, it is thicker than a lot of the rugged cases that we've reviewed, but you don't really notice that thickness because on the back it's tapered in, and so when you're holding it through the thinnest part of the case, you don't really notice that the edges are actually really thick. Installation of the Otterbox Preserver is simple. You can easily take it apart, put it in, and snap it together. Now, Otterbox does have an installation procedure. They say snap the bottom first, then the top, and then the middles. And that's how you install this case. Very, very easy. Just make sure that you normalize the pressure inside the case to make sure that the screen protector and the TouchID sensor and the stuff at the top all has a good contact with the case, or else you're gonna see and hear some funny things. The build quality of this case is awesome. I am very, very impressed with what Otterbox has done, especially when compared to something like the Otterbox Armor, which is basically a tank that literally looks like a tank. Otterbox, I think, has figured out a great way to blend all the rubbery parts and the non-rubbery parts to make, well, putting this case and the phone into your pockets very, very easy. It doesn't really get caught on anything, and, well, it's still very grippable. Now, if you're looking for more details about the physical aspects of this case, we've done an unboxing and installation as well as an up-close video. Do check out the annotations at the end of the video. We point you to a playlist that has all the stuff that we've created for the Otterbox Preserver. In terms of protection, this case will definitely protect your iPhone 5S. We did a drop test as well as a water test. For the drop test, we did a series of incremental drops. So we started from a drop from about here, then we pretended that we fell while texting and walking, and then we dropped it from about 6.6 feet. The case didn't come apart, so your phone was safe, and there was no physical damage on the iPhone 5S. Now, we took it one step further, and we took it outside, and we pitted this case against concrete, ice, a railroad track, and a snowpack all at once, and the case did come apart, but that only happened because I skipped it like a rock, like you would in a lake. In terms of the water test, well, we did the regular, dip it in for 30 minutes and make sure that it's waterproof. But then we took it into the ocean and we filmed a bunch of turtles with the Otterbox Preserver and an iPhone 5S in it. It's actually this iPhone 5S that I used. So this case is waterproof. I was out there for a good half hour and not a problem. No condensation, nothing. No water was inside this case, and I was very, very impressed with that. In terms of screen protection for this case, there's a pretty thick piece of plastic on top of it. I will note that this case has gone and played with the turtles and has been skipped like a rock in a parking lot. So, well, I think screen protector-wise, it does its job well. So we do record all the drop and water tests that we do. They're also in the playlist and the annotations in the end. I do recommend you check out the drop test because after I skipped it like a rock in a parking lot and I decided to check to see if there was any damage, I actually dropped the phone onto ice. So the bare phone coming out of the Otterbox Preserver just fell out because I'm a clumsy dumbass. So I do recommend that you check that out. It's actually kind of funny. Now, the final category that we kind of rate our cases on is the functionality, and that's where the fatal flaw comes into play. The sound coming from the headpiece speaker is incredibly muted. Do check back as we are sending this case back and we're hoping that the new one doesn't have this problem. In terms of accessing your camera and the flash, all good. Accessing the ports at the bottom is easy because you just have to pry apart these two latches. Now these latches will put pressure on your cables and we don't know if that pressure will affect the wear and tear of those cables, but it's something that we thought we would mention. Getting to the volume buttons and the power buttons, easy peasy. The ringer switch is a little tough, but you just kind of get used to it after a while. In terms of the screen usability, it's not bad. Now there's edges around the entire touchable area of this case, but they're at an angle where it's not impossible to get to the command center as well as your notification center. It's easy to do it without the device. This, you may add an extra try to get to it, but again, not a big deal given that, this is a rugged case. The screen viewability of the Otterbox Preserver for the iPhone 5S is really good. There is not a lot of glare that comes off of the screen protector for this case, which is awesome. You'll notice that there are kind of like these little dots on the screen protector. You don't see them when the screen is on, and the best guess that I have for those little dots is that it actually disperses all the lights so that you don't get a rainbow effect, which is pretty common in a lot of the screen protectors for rugged cases. So out of the 4 cases that we've reviewed that are rugged and TouchID compatible, this is probably going to be close to the top, if not the best one. We haven't done our full reviews for the Nude and the Atlas ID, so do check back for that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you actually do own the Preserver and you've got some feedback for us, please, again, leave them in the comment section below. We'd love to hear what you guys think about this case. This is one case out of 100,000 of hundred-thousands of cases that Otterbox makes, and there may be maybe we got a really faulty one or we got a really good one. It's just nice to know. You can find us on Twitter as well as Facebook. If this is the first time you've seen one of our videos, I do encourage you to click subscribe as we do one accessory review every single week. So we focus on like a rugged case, a stylus, or a wallet case for an entire week. So we do unboxing, installations, close-ups, comparison videos, as well as tests if it's a rugged case. So there's something new every single week. I'm Aaron the Ho. I'm a reviewer at mobilereviews.ca. And well, definitely keep your phone safe with the Otterbox Preserver. This is a really good case. Thanks for watching.